Hey guys, it's Anime Ballsy here, and today we're going to be doing a new what if that I thought of. What if Bardock left the Saiyans? So basically, instead of Bardock trying to convince the Saiyans and rebelling against Frieza, he's just going to leave entirely to find a new power, to find the power of the Super Saiyan, to return to planet Vegeta and destroy Frieza and end the Saiyan slavery. And the planet he will be leaving to is Earth, and it will happen 6 years before Goku is born. In this what if, Bardock and his group have become surprisingly strong for low-class warriors by surpassing the power of King Vegeta individually. Frieza notes this with the Scouters, and they also manage to start to do missions that the highest of the mid-class warriors even struggle to accomplish. Frieza doesn't really take note of this because none of them are anywhere near as strong as him, and he thinks the only person that can actually beat him is the Super Saiyan, and none of them look like they're strong enough to be Super Saiyans from his point of view. Then Bardock has learned to suppress his power as he's been going through his extreme training. Frieza then thinks he has had a severe decrease in his power from the last reading I managed to capture. It must have been the old Scouter I was using. Bardock then finishes his last mission with his squad and reveals the plan that he has been planning for a long time to Guinea. Guinea agrees as Bardock and Guinea escape to Earth, and Bardock in the pod receives a mission and ignores his message and says, "Frieza, I will find a new power. I will become the Super Saiyan and defeat you." Bardock arrives when Raditz isn't even born, and so is Prince Vegeta. None of them are born. Bardock arrives when Raditz isn't even born at this point, and he crash lands into a forest near from Grandpa Gohan's house, basically around where Goku crashed as well. Grandpa Gohan doesn't actually come out because he can feel so much power coming from them and he's scared. And he sees that one of them is quite injured. This is Bardock. And then Bardock suppresses his power and tries to hold his weight onto a tree, and he hasn't suppressed it far enough, and he still destroys the tree and falls into an uncomfortable position and screams in pain. He manages to stand and fight his way out of the forest and sees the house of Grandpa Gohan. So Bardock sees the human, Grandpa Gohan, and says, "Hello, I am Bardock, and this is my wife Guinea. We are Saiyans from planet Vegeta." Guinea waves at him and smiles when Grandpa Gohan says, "You are very strong. You seem to be surprised when you destroyed that amount of forest. I saw this from my window." Bardock smiles and says, "Please, we will need accommodation for the meanwhile. Don't worry, we won't be inside for the majority of the day. We'll just need a place to stay in the night and in the meantime. And we will be making a house to stay in the meantime. And please, we also need food. We are hungry." Grandpa Gohan then says, "Well, alright." And Grandpa Gohan brings him in as Bardock thinks about his decision and is scared about what King Vegeta could do to him. He doesn't actually know how strong he actually is compared to King Vegeta's 9,500 in this story, and he has a power level currently of 11,000 and starts to make his own home and is training trying to find the power of the Super Saiyan. Then Frieza, as we know, is scared of the Super Saiyan and brings King Vegeta in for a meeting since he has seen that Bardock has surprisingly disappeared. Then King Vegeta arrives and says, "Greetings, Lord Frieza." Frieza then says, "Greetings. We've gotten some information about a missing Saiyan from your forces. His name is Bardock and he is a low-class warrior with his highest level recording of 10,400. This is much stronger than you and almost half the power of my two generals, Zarbon and Dodoria. Doesn't this seem a bit suspicious?" King Vegeta starts to sweat and is angry that such a low-level Saiyan managed to surpass him this much. Then he says, "Did you check the scouter that captured such a reading?" Frieza then looks, I know it's hard to take in being the king of all Saiyans and all, and being surpassed by a low-level Saiyan, but I'm pretty sure this is truthful. And we have sent you to locate him and many other Saiyan squads. And if he doesn't abide by such requests to return to the Saiyan forces, he will be rewarded with death. Do you understand me, sir? King Vegeta nods and says, it's been a pleasure, Lord Frieza. Vegeta is struggling really hard to locate Bardock and Gine, and he sends several Saiyan squads to go and locate him, including Bardock's very own squad. By chance, King Vegeta himself manages to find him on planet Earth, and lands on the planet. Bardock has learned many things such as the Kamehameha wave, the evil containment wave, and much more. Bardock is eating lunch with Gine, and he reads his power and he is eating, and he stands. Bardock sees this, and Gine says, what? What's going on? Bardock says, it's him. Gine says, who? Then she stands as well. It's King Vegeta. Bardock stands and sees King Vegeta flying straight toward him in his house, and he makes a stance as he lands gracefully with his cape flowing in the wind. Bardock is actually quite intimidated, and with all the training he has gone through, he now believes that he is stronger than King Vegeta at this point. Now, King Vegeta says, you must return to the Saiyan forces for your assigned missions from Lord Frieza. If not, you will be rewarded with death, Bardock. Bardock shouts, never! I'm stronger than you now, and will claim my right as King of the Saiyans. Vegeta makes his stance identical to Prince Vegeta's, and Bardock's identical to Goku's. Bardock says, watch that scouter, Vegeta. He powers up and Vegeta has a reading of 16,000. Vegeta says, 16,000? You truly have impressed me here today, but my power has been sleeping for years. I kept it dormant from Frieza in case he got scared of my power. Bardock takes a gulp, and he's quite scared, as Vegeta shouts, now, I will show you the true power of King Vegeta! Vegeta starts to shout as his power raises significantly. Bardock reads 14,000, and 16,000, and it stops all the way at 19,000. We have to take into account the fight with Dodoria and Vegeta. The space between the power levels don't look that significant, but if Vegeta had a power level 1,000 more than Dodoria and one blasted her, if there's a difference of 3,000, that means that Vegeta is much stronger than Bardock. Bardock then falls to his knees and he thinks, what have I done? I was too overwhelmed with my newly found power that I didn't look over the consequences of this battle. No, I'll defeat him today. All of my fellow low-level Saiyan brethren. I will show him what a real low-class Saiyan can do. Vegeta is actually like in his buff mode. He's like Frieza when he turns into his 100% state. He gets buffed up because he's really strong. And his pupils have also disappeared, like the false Super Saiyan state in the Lord's Love movie. Vegeta then shoots an energy wave when Bardock dodges and launches a Dual Sunday. Vegeta holds the blast and bends it back to Bardock. Bardock jumps as it hits the ground and explodes into a crater. Vegeta waves his hand and sends Bardock back and destroys all life from in front of him and turns Bardock's flourishing neighbourhood into a dead wasteland. And Bardock then says, why do you hate the strong low-level Saiyans? Why? We are all Saiyans in the long run. We are all being enslaved by Frieza. We should work together. Why is there this division? Vegeta says, my family could be taken over by you scum. My royal bloodline could be cut off by you fodder. How? You've always been much stronger than you, so why now are you equal with us? Bardock gets mad and runs towards him and punches him across the face and lands a strong kick to the stomach and pushes him away, and Vegeta then gets his grip from falling to the ground. This doesn't actually do any damage to Vegeta since he is much stronger than Bardock even at his 100% state. but his stamina is slowly decreasing in his buff form, and his energy is vaporizing through his powerful aura. Bardock sees this and takes advantage of his way superior speed. Bardock then sees the rain falling on the both, and Bardock foresees his loss. Vegeta starts to pound on him, and he then foresees his victory while lying on the floor. He thinks, what is this? Will I die or not? Will I succeed or will I fail? I guess I'll find out once his battle has finished. He gradually gets up and makes his stance as Vegeta runs towards him and kicks him across the face, but it doesn't faze him. He can't stand his slavery, his bullying of his low-level brothers. Vegeta sees Guinea come out and shout, "Please stop, Vegeta! I beg of you!" Bardock turns. No, Guinea! Vegeta smiles and blasts Guinea away into ashes. Bardock falls to his knees and starts to cry from the death of Guinea. Then he looks up with his blue raging eyes. Vegeta reads a rising 28,000. Bardock stands and then says, "You are dead, Vegeta." He makes the ground shake as he powers up into the false Super Saiyan state. He attacked Vegeta with a devastating punch in his newfound Super Saiyan power level of 400,000. Vegeta still thinks he has a power level of 28,000 and can barely keep himself standing when Bardock puts one hand up and says, "This is for my low-level brethren." He sends a large blast the size of the Super Spirit Bomb from the Namek Saga and creates a large hole and flies to the body of Guinea. He takes the body in and tries to bring her back to life with his new power and Super Saiyan Ki, and he is unsuccessful. Bardock screams his house to ashes and tries to revive her. He falls out of the Super Saiyan form and falls beside her, looking dead. King Vegeta is dead and Prince Vegeta will never live. And Bardock wakes up and Frieza receives a random message from an unknown warrior. It says, "He is dead. Lord King Vegeta is dead." This concludes the What If Bardock Left the Saiyans. Please comment down below if you like my new thumbnail setup. I've decided to be like other people and put the text much bigger and the people much bigger instead of putting them apart on the bottom and having a small text at the top. Please put that in the comments because I want to know if this is good or not, and I will change it back to the normal thumbnail setup I normally do if it's not really working well. Please like and subscribe and comment down below if you like this new What If idea, and I'll see you in the next video.